Okay, welcome back to another episode of True Sons, brought to you by the Players Lounge. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Rutland. I'm here with Jeremy Maclin, Sean Weatherspoon. We got a big week, fellas. Coming off of a bye week, just beat UMass, but now we got Bama coming down, a team who we have not beaten yet. What are the keys? How do we get over this hump to beat one of the blue bloods in Alabama? Spoon, what do you think? What's the defense have to do to beat this team?
Man, I'm so glad it's in our building. I tell you that much. And I'm so glad that Nick Saban is on that dry college game day set. Because that to me was the secret sauce there, man. I thought Florida State kind of showed in the beginning of the season, what you can do if you bring Bama in and you hop on them. You gotta hop on them though. You can't go out there playing around. And I watched the Vandy game and Vandy hopped on them like
Yeah.
Ty Simpson, Heisman favorite. He gave the ball away early. Vandy, ran the ball well. It did a lot of good things, but ultimately that home crowd, that environment, those takeaways that Pavia gave up, just didn't give them a chance, man. I think the philosophy is to go out there and play what ball we've been playing. We go against the best rushing offense in college football every week. We've
Yep.
been doing it since the spring. That should give us a little bit of, morale going into this one, knowing that Alabama wants to run the football, but they do have a ton of athletes on the outside that can make plays. Our secondary, what we talked about,
Yes.
they're gonna have to be for sure on that back end, and we got to do what we do on the offensive side. And I know Matt got the keys to that.
Yes, Spoon. I wanted to actually talk about the secondary for a second. Before we get to offense and
Okay.
J-Mac, Bama's leading rushers at 182 yards on the season compared to Hardy, who's at 730. Now, I think Bama has had a tougher schedule than us. But
Yeah.
I think with our track record stopping the run, we should be okay. It does come down to Simpson throwing that ball, who I think is probably the best quarterback in college football. Maybe not. And he's got a couple of guys on the outside. We stick with our guns, we stop the run. How do we make sure we don't get beat over the top?
Man,
Spoon. Yeah.
I think going into this game, you know these players' names. You
You
saw them
do.
last year. You saw guys that hit the ground running. You see the transfer #1 came in from Miami. That's bringing them some funk, making some big plays. And then the sleeper, he's one of the more reliable guys too, is what the coaches are saying. But I
Yep.
look at #5, Jeremy Bernard, and he's a guy that you have to account for. But Ryan Williams, man, he's a guy that's a stud. People know him.
We know.
He's done a good job. He played a hell of a game against Vandy too, man. He looked a lot better. I
Yep.
think it's gonna be the secondary coming up in the run game to make those tackles against Jam and that offensive front that Alabama has to kind of put them in that situation where when the pass is coming and a
Yeah.
couple weeks off, not a couple weeks off, but a week off and a good week of work. We should come out there with the right mindset, man, knowing that we know everything this team will be doing. We've been studying them for a week, as well as being able to watch them over the weekend, and we should know their scheme and what they're doing. And let's not let that quarterback trick us out of our position because I saw one of the third downs. He moved outside. The linebacker kind of came up thinking he's going to get out the pocket. He just dropped it to his guy, man. Get those, those plays that extends those drives to
Mm-hmm.
allow them to lean on you when they have the lead. So we want to play from in front and knowing that they have to pass. I think that'll behoove our secondary pretty good right there.
Definitely. Man, let's talk about offense, man. Bo is looking like he's a couple hundred yards, I guess, behind Simpson in total passing yards. Hardy, we know he can do, sitting at 730 yards on the season. Bowman is our leading receiver, who was about 6 yards behind that leading receiver. I think we have the talent offensively to compete with anyone. But how do you get over the hump of Bama? Let's not act like this isn't the Crimson Tide coming in to Faroe Field. You know what I mean? How do you get over that hump with an offense that really hasn't had that many explosive plays? So do you just kind of run them into the ground and beat them like this old gridiron football, or do you try something new?
No, you stick to what you know. You got to establish a run game. You
Okay.
establish a run game. I think one of the things that you do, and Spoon, I don't necessarily know if I fully agree with this year's Bama team just wanting to run the football. Like I looked at Simpson's last couple of weeks, man. He's 380, 340, 275, 3. So like,
No, you're right, Jeremy. But when they get that lead, they turn into Bama. That's the part
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Toward the end of
Gotcha.
the game, you're right. You're right. He
Gotcha.
wouldn't be up for Heisman if it wasn't that way. What you're saying, you're right.
Good
Yeah.
point.
So, I think one thing you establish run and keep the offense maybe off the field. Like, I think their strength right now is probably on the defensive side. Yeah, we got number one defense, but like our weakness is probably their strength right now. So I think the longer you keep them off the field, I think the better off that we'll be. But you gotta pick your shots to take it downfield because Bama will play us in some man-to-man coverage. They will hover 7, maybe sometimes 8 guys around the box, depending on formation. So you got to take your shots downfield, and we got to be able to connect on those when we have those opportunities. But man, I mean, Hardy and Roberts got to see their touches. They got to get their balls in the hand. I mean, their hands on the ball. And I think, come on,
Yeah. Who ball is that? Who ball is that?
Yo,
That's your ball?
that was crazy.
He caught
You
himself.
my dog. He did catch himself, didn't he?
Yo, I got a story for y'all after we get off of this too, man. This
Yeah,
is amazing.
go
Oh my
ahead, man.
God.
What we gotta do with
but
Hardy
back to what
and
I'm saying,
Roberts?
the Roberts and Hardy, they got to get their hands on the ball. They got to get their touches. And so I'm excited to see, man, because this is a test, right? This is a test. South Carolina was also a test, but like this is, like you said, you want to start putting your name in the hat, not only to compete with these teams, but I'm gonna take it one step farther. Hey, Ryan Williams, hey, come to Missouri because we're on the same stage as them and we can beat them. Like
Ooh,
these guys, you know what I mean? Like guys like that. And I think we've done a good job, but at least locally. Now let's go snag one from Texas. Let's go get one from Florida. Let's go get these guys not in their transfer portal, but maybe we get them out of high school, right? I
yeah,
think that's now kind of what implications on this game as well. So I'm excited about it.
One
that's
more.
a
Hey,
great point. Go ahead, Spoon.
I
Yeah,
got something just to chime in. Just thinking about the Vandy game, right? Vandy outrushed them per play, but
Mm.
Bama was able to stick with it, right? 38
okay.
rushes, just averaging under 4 yards, to 19 rushes for Vandy, averaging 7.5 yards. So I like that going into the matchup because I know we're gonna actually stick to our guns. But when the team can run the ball on you, now you got to have those ball hawking playmakers that make that play to win the game, and that's who Justin Jefferson is in the middle of Alabama's defense, man. He got a name that everybody knows, and when you watch 10 play this week, if you go back and watch that film, he was the
hmm
difference in the game, man. So I think it'll be a great battle, man. Just keep an eye on 29 versus 10. That's going to be something to watch during that game.
Okay, Mike. Also, offensively, how much of the tape does Mizzou have to watch of Florida State's win versus Bama? I mean,
I think you
go
I
ahead.
think you take it all into consideration, right?
Okay.
I think you look at what Florida State was able to do, right, in the trenches, like up front, kind of handle the line of scrimmage. I think Florida State sprinkled in a bunch of Q runs as well, which Bo can
That's
do.
what I was going to talk about. Yes,
Yeah, which
yes.
Bo can do. So you gain that extra half hat, sometimes a
Hey,
whole hat to where you're trying to run. What's up? Yeah. Okay.
He
wait.
did. He did.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But I think you also go to okay, Georgia, with Bama was kind of like Georgia was able to make some plays down, like you're going to
Yeah.
get your opportunities, right, to have these chances outside. And that's what I think, right?
hmm
Bama knows we want to run the football, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a plan. They're gonna have a game plan for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's our counter to that? Don't run away from what we do best, right? But hey, if we got to be able to connect outside, and we got the guys to do it. And I think this is gonna be the first game where we're gonna be forced outside of the KU game a little bit because we're playing from behind,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
We're going to be forced to take some chances outside. So I'm interested to see how it plays out.
So I'm going to switch it up on you, J-Man, because I think looking at the Florida State stats, their quarterback, Castellanos, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
bad boy.
He led their team in rushing that game. So I'm not sure if those were, designed QB runs or if he was just kind of improvising and making plays. But I kind of look at this as a game as we get third and manageable, and then we see what Bo's legs can do all night long.
Man, I think Kirby tells him every time, like especially get to those third and manageables, third and fives, third and sixes to threes, right? Hey, don't forget your legs. Don't forget your legs. Don't forget. Like that's what I'm telling my
coaches
quarterback.
say that? Okay.
Yeah, I tell my quarterbacks all the time. Like sometimes, like you want to be Superman with your arm, right? And hey, man, like you're a good athlete. Just don't forget them. Go through your
Yeah.
progression, right? If stuff breaks down, man, perfect example today. I got a decent little athlete today on my JV team. I understand it's a much smaller level, but he rolls out the pocket. He has green grass in front of him, and I'm like, and he throws a ball in the double coverage and gets picked off. Simply came to the sideline. I'm like, yo, listen, man, don't forget your legs. You're good at don't forget your legs. And I think that's a message. If I'm Kirby and Drink, I'm telling Bo, hey, understand that hey, you're a good athlete. Don't forget your legs.
I love it. So I'm glad we have Bama at home. right? This is our 6th home game, and then we go on the road. But we're coming off of a bye week. I think we talked about this a little bit last week about, how our coaches talking to their teams on bye weeks. And J-Mac, like you said, maybe they get tired of hearing you say some of the same things over and over again. Is that still the message? Seeing is that we're 14, Bama's at 8. It's kind of a bigger game than I think people probably expected to it coming into this season, or even after Bama's first loss. Is the message still like, hey, you're going to get tired of hearing me say the same thing over again, whether it's the small things, the little things offensively or defensively, or are we trying to find a way that is outside of what we've always done the past 5 games and winning games? We try to find a different way, or we just, hey, stick to your guns on both sides of the ball?
I believe that I think the game is huge in itself because
Mm-hmm.
of the implication that's on this football game, right? For
Yes.
us, it is we win this one, we kind of got a little wiggle room. Like,
Yes,
so
we
if you
do.
drop one later down the road, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Right.
On the flip side of that, right? Bama's saying the same thing, but if we lose this one, right, it's now like we got no more wiggle room. You know what I mean? So like I think the implication of playoffs is huge, right? If I am Mizzou, right, it's hey, we take care of home field. Everything that we want to achieve is out there in front of us. We want to prove that we belong, right? This is the team we got to beat. But then also, hey, like they're coming off 3 straight ranked opponents, fellas. They could be a little beat up, a little banged up. Like, hey, let's tempo him, right? Let's, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to use all these things, to work in your favor.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, Bama said, yo, we're battle tested, right? We just played Georgia. We just played Vandy, right? We're battle tested. We played Georgia on the road, went in there and won that game, right? There's not a chance Columbia can be as hostile as Georgia was. You know what I mean? So he's saying all that stuff. So I think you're going to see a chess game, not only from like the play on the field, but I also think the psychological part. Like, what
Yeah.
are you telling your teams? What do you believe in as far as like how important this game is down the road? So I think there's a lot of different things going on, man. I think, but going to my side of the ball, I think don't run away from who you are, right? We
Yeah.
want to run the football. We want to establish the run. Also, playmakers got to make plays downfield, and I think
Yeah.
that's my game plan. That's my game
Gotcha.
plan.
Spoon, J-Mac just talked about the psychological aspect of the game. From playing with you and knowing that you kind of brought everything you had to games, the way you played, emotions, the psychology of the game, it all showed up on the field. How are you talking to a defense? And I guess for you, Spoon, as a teammate, I don't know if a coach had to say anything to you to get you ready for a game. It just wasn't how you played. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let's say we don't have a team full of Spoons. What does a coach say to a defense to get them ready for Bama coming into town?
It's 2025, man, and the kids are a lot different than the kids coming out of Jasper, Texas in 2006. And
Yeah.
that's no shade to the kids, but like just the way I feel about the game, the passion, like the privilege that it is to go out and lace them up. You ain't gotta tell me nothing, right? But as a defensive coordinator, you looking in those guys' eyes all week. Man, you have to continue to remind them about this moment. And the way you remind them is going to be a little bit different from the way you did it during the bye week. Now
Yeah.
it's you done broke them down a little bit. You done went to your self scout. You done did, this what we got, this what we struggle with. You know what I'm saying? I've been harping on this, harping on that. Now, oh man, when they making them interceptions at practice, man, we stopping practice there. We gathering up. Hey, everybody get a break. It's all about the ball on 3. 1, 2, 3. It's all about the ball. We pitching the ball. We running it back each and every turnover, scooping up everything off the ground and just really, assuring our team that we are a great team and we do deserve to be in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And to wear that badge of the top defense in the country statistically is quite an honor, but it's not it's let's not make it a curse.
Yeah.
Let's make it a good thing for us to go out there and put what we've been putting on tape already against an opponent that can really put us in position to where we're really trying to go. So I
Yeah.
think the energy just has to be, it's a 5-star game. And it's a 5-star game, not because Bama coming in here with all their history and all the hoopla and national championships, but because they coming to our house and we the guys right here. I want to feel that in my huddle. And I think if
Yes.
we do that, man, everybody's kind of believing, in themselves a little bit more now. Because you get somebody beside you
Yeah.
that believes in you more than you, and you're gonna be like, oh, I am him. Like I do this, and you ready to compete, not just against that offense, but against those defensive players that are going to be going against our offensive guys too. And that just makes it so much more competitive and gives you
Yes.
an opportunity to be the Walter Camp Defensive Player of the Week. Somebody got to be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking Trotter thinking like that.
Hey, man, that's a
I'm thinking
bad boy
Trotter is
right there.
thinking like that. Yeah.
He be dropping that
And
axe
he
on them too, man.
come from a family that do
Hey,
nothing but think like that.
it's in the blood, back.
You know what I
Come on,
mean?
baby.
Like,
I can't
It's
wait
gonna
to
be
see.
fun.
I cannot wait to see it, man. J Mac also spoke about playoff implications, and let's talk about that. I mean, we saw a lot of teams last week go down. We saw Texas go down, and I think they're out of the top 25. We saw Penn State go down, and I believe they are out of the top 25. Weren't they first? They were like 1 and 2 at the beginning of the season.
Bro, they were in there.
And I don't want to get started on preseason rankings,
Man.
but I saw somebody in the comment of our last show say you start teams off with the preseason rank on how they finished last season. Leave it at that. I'm actually for that. Whatever you did last season, you carried into the next. I don't care who you lose. I don't care who you add. You start where you
that's
were
tough.
and you play into it. I don't
Well,
remember the
I mean,
guys.
if you go to Missouri,
I think yes, but I think
some
you do
places.
have to take transfer portal into consideration.
Clout.
Like, I think you do, because if you don't, Kev, if you don't, check this out. If you don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who cracked the playoffs last year? That was a Group 5. Who was it? Who was it again? I
Boise.
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 Mm-hmm.
Who is having a down year? Okay. What if this cycle Boise doesn't play any big dogs? What if they only play other Group 5 teams? Now all of a sudden you know what I mean? But, like, so I think you got to take who you graduated, who you got coming back, and I'm going to say portal over incoming freshman class, because to me, freshmen got to go out there and prove it. I think you got to take portal into consideration.
Look. You can still judge strength of schedule. So let's say they finish off at whatever, top 10, and they start the next season. This is Boise State. Start off at top 10, but they don't play anybody. They're barely winning games, or they lose a game. Then you're just judged or graded a little bit tougher than everyone else is.
But there's no other Group 5 that's going to surpass them if they still win all their games. You feel what I'm saying? Or you get like a one loss. Because I'm going to tell you right now, here's a couple Group 5s that are taking the North Texas is undefeated. They got USF coming into town.
They are undefeated.
That's a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis beat Arkansas, right? So like all these teams, right? Who, you know what I mean? Like, do you give them enough credit to surpass a Boise State who goes undefeated, who may not play anybody else other than those other teams? You see what I'm saying?
But you gotta win in a convincing fashion if you're only playing 5 teams. You know what I mean? You gotta win big.
You just gotta win, though, Kevin.
That's a good point.
So
I can't penalize you for winning. That's a good point. I can't.
Yeah.
You can't go whatever in
you gotta put
everything
everything up.
you can't get.
Yeah.
Well, that was.
I think it's fun.
That was Just Win maybe. Who said finish off the season? That's where you start. So thanks for the comment, Just Win.
I ain't mad at it. I just think, with taking everything into account, it makes it more fun because you really just don't know. Like last year's last year. Now it's a whole lot of unknowns, and it's fun for us to talk about. It's fun for people to be, oh man, look at it. When the rankings come out, as much as I can say, I don't care about the rankings, we're gonna sort it out. It hurt me a little bit every time, It hurt me every time, man. I'll be like, I'm looking at the coaches poll and I'm looking at the team poll right now, and I'm like, dang, nobody. They just got it right. Both polls, we 14. That even hurt me. I'm like, don't nobody over there think they gonna keep Penn State in the top 25 on the coaches poll, but don't nobody in the coaches poll think Missouri's better than 14.
Come on,
some of the things
man.
just
And with the losses that have happened, that's crazy.
It just kind of trips me out.
Look, I said just about every year, I cannot stand the recognition that most of the blue bloods get at the beginning of every season. I feel like college football, whoever's making these rankings, they can't wait for Texas to be great. They can't wait for Penn State. They can't wait for Notre Dame. They can't wait for Bama, Oklahoma, Miami. They are like dying to make sure these teams are back in the conversation. And maybe that has something to do with ratings. I don't like it.
I think too, when they're so uncertain about them too sometimes, or not that they're so uncertain, but they're yearning for them to be, what they once were. I think when they have a good ranking, it helps. It helps when all these blue blood teams have a good rank because you're gonna have those blue blood teams in that top 12 because they losing against people that are ranked high, or it's kind of like some position in there that's a little weird to me, but I understand what they're doing because they got a brand to keep up. And those schools do a hell of a job with their brand, but yet I think the brand should be determined off more than just that, you know?
Definitely.
But history of sports says that like eventually the best team is going to prevail, right? As long as they are healthy enough. Here's what especially in college, right? Here's what I say that we love the Cinderella stories, right? With all these teams, right?
Kevin don't.
Take the NCAA basketball tournament,
That's
right?
different. Go ahead. Yeah.
We saw George Mason, but at the end of the day, right? You go to the Sweet 16, great leader, but like the cream of the crop is going to rise a lot of the time. I think in football, right, it's a little harder for that to happen, correct? Which
Yeah,
is
definitely.
why I love the fact that we went to a playoff system because when we were just doing bowl games, right, you would see that happen, and then after that, there was like when Boise State beat Oklahoma. Okay, but there was nothing else after that, right?
So, but look,
Nothing else after that.
but we're still talking about getting to the playoff. And teams essentially that's bragging rights.
What?
Arizona State is bragging. Well, they have no business being in that conversation this year. But they've made it before. They made it before Mizzou did.
Right. They're 4-1.
They're going to be able to sort it out, Kevin.
So like,
but I get what you're saying right now.
That's the great part about it, and that's why I love like, okay, like a three-loss Alabama team should get in over a one-loss. I don't know, Memphis team, right?
Yes. But
because
it may not
sorts
happen.
itself out.
Who them 3 losses to?
Right. It happened last year.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. We was just talking about off air. We was talking about Florida. Okay. We were talking about Florida, University of Florida, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The Swamp, baby.
Do y'all know?
We dominate them too, Mizzou, baby.
Yeah, we do.
Do y'all know who they played?
Yeah,
we play a lot of people.
Like look who Miami. They played so far.
You can't click on their name for the rankings.
Texas. Go ahead.
Bro, they played a number 3 LSU. They played Miami when they were number 4, right? They lost to UCF, right? Which that's a bad one. Bro, they still got Florida State, who's ranked on the schedule. They still got where did I just see that at?
Georgia.
They still got Georgia. They still got Tennessee. Like, bro, I refuse to give some of these other teams. And Brett, this is up your alley.
Oh, I'm with you.
It's up your alley. So like, I'm all for like the cool storylines, but like, bro, like we know where the best of the best at, and let's just keep it what it is. So that's why I don't believe that like where you finish up should be where you automatically get ranked, because there's just too many things that go into it. Bro, I got a recruiting class full of 4 and 5 stars. I got 4 and 5 stars coming in on the transfer portal. I'm reloading. I'm not rebuilding. So like they see that, and that's why you do that.
Look,
Spoon just said it's gonna play itself out. If you just fluff, right?
We'll find out.
Clemson might have been fluff, but like it's gonna play itself out. Don't be surprised if Clemson goes 9-3 and playing an ACC championship.
Exactly. I mean, they probably pulled it off last year like that, if I remember.
But this is the thing. I want to believe, both of you, that it played itself out. But when I see SMU finish and get into the playoff, when I see Boise get into the playoff, when I see Arizona State, even though, I'll say of the 3, they were probably the most worthy. But I don't think Arizona State would have had the record they had in the SEC. Boise for sure wouldn't. SMU wouldn't have stood a chance.
Bro.
And that's what scares me. Those are 3 teams. That's 3 spots.
Real quick.
Yeah. Oh, now Scatterbo now.
Real quick.
I forgot.
Florida.
Fool been a fan of Scatterbo. He called it last year before I knew who he was.
He been whooping butt in the NFL too.
Yeah, yes.
He also fumbled the ball away too.
Oh, man, why you do that, man?
He did.
Why you do that?
Just so you know, Florida played number 3 LSU, lost. Played number 4 Miami, lost. Played number 9 Texas, beat them. They have number 5 Texas A&M next week. They got number 10 Georgia on the schedule. They got number 4 Ole Miss on the schedule. They got number 12 Tennessee on the schedule. They got number 25 Florida State on the schedule.
It's a year to get you fired. That's a schedule to get you fired, man.
What? Bro, I'm not giving – bro. Now I'm with you with SMU, but SMU's an ACC. That's an automatic bid. Like, that's a one-loss ACC team. Like, you got to based off the landscape of college ball, they got to be in.
They sorted it out.
I don't like it.
And what they do, they got sent
in a lesser conference, in our opinions, for sure. But, hey, that's where they play at.
So what is the remedy? How do we fix that? With these schedules, I don't know if you're going to find a tougher schedule what you named.
Mac said that the AFC, NFC type vibe.
AFC, NFC, or, right, you take that thing to 16, you give SEC 4 automatic bids, you give Big Ten 4 automatic bids, ACC, Big 12 2, right? And then you get 3 at-larges and 1 Group 5. And I guarantee y'all, them 3 at-larges is going to be SEC Big 12 heavy over the course of however long it goes.
Yeah.
Man, hey,
Yeah. What you
I
got,
still
Spoon?
say I like that too, Mac. I still go back to 24 teams. I still go back to 24. I mean, all my life, Mizzou came in my house talking about we're top 25. Everybody talk about the top 25.
That's a good point, though. That's a really
I
good
mean,
point. Why have a top 25 if the 24,
if they all
20,
ain't
the
worthy,
2015? What we doing? Let them show that you're
well,
ranked for a reason.
that'd be a hell of some ball games.
How do you do it? Do you go 8 of them get a bye? You play 16. That's what you do. The top 8 get a bye. What do you do?
Maybe, but I think it's definitely seeded per conference. So
I like
if you finish
everybody
fourth,
playing, but I like breaking it up and just say you go, you got 6 teams per 4 brackets, right? Maybe the first 2 teams in each bracket don't play. Yeah, you're right, Mac. 8 get a bye.
8 get a bye.
yeah,
And then we get to work.
and
So
they
that
And then
work it
that
out.
second game, you get a home game, you got that bye.
No
Man,
more conference championships. That's gone.
Now that extends the season by a month and a half, dang near.
it does, but you ain't got to worry about that conference play. If you figure it, the way you divide them up, you ain't
And for a guy like me,
maybe
I prefer college ball anyway. So give me another month. I don't. So what? So be it.
hey, them guys will be beat up in the league, Mac. They come in that rookie year.
I
Oh
know.
my
Oh
goodness.
man, dog.
But then the
It'll
rookie
be
wall
rough,
is gone.
man.
You didn't play the NFL season. I remember
Yeah.
week 12. My rookie year being like, golly, all right, it's enough.
Yep.
You got 5 more games, whatever it is. So
Yeah, we had to go see Mac.
Now listen, for us, we played
See?
14 my last 2 years though. So we was close. The
Yeah.
rookie
That's
wall
true.
for me
We
was
played a lot of
the
games,
rookie
bro.
wall for me was more so I played 14 games. I went into training for the combine. I
Yeah.
went to mini
Mhm.
camp, went to
Woo.
training camp into the
That mini
season.
camp.
So like I
Them
think
mini
that
camps was different.
yeah.
you basically got
You know
football
what I
from
mean?
January on through January for you, especially with the
Yeah.
playoffs too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a long season. So I guess maybe the rookie
It's
wall
a
is a bit
lot of
different.
work for the people who get paid the big bucks, but I think they can figure it out, man, because it's gonna still be some sore people, man, when this thing
Yes,
unfolds.
that's
And
all
we
I'm
always talk
saying.
about this certain number, this number of 12 that we got now. Hell, man, we done been on the outside looking in a few times, man, as Mizzou players and being, fans
Yes,
of Mizzou now. I just think, man, they just a little bit better, man. I don't know
Well,
what exactly it'll be, but just a little
the
bit better.
the one thing that I think, right, is you can still get your 12 the same way.
hmm
Once you get your 12, you need to reseed them. I don't believe that Ohio
Oh,
State should have been an 8 seed last year. I don't believe that Tennessee
okay.
should have been a 9 seed last year. I think once you get your 12, right, maybe you get a committee and you rank them 1 through 12 and that's how you roll. I don't
Man.
believe just because I won my conference championship, I should get a bye. I don't believe it. So I
I
think
dang
that
sure, I feel you, and I dang sure don't believe that if you were good enough to win your conference championship, that when you got your bye, you had to go somewhere else and play when you played that second week. That was
exactly. They should
that was
all be
wild.
neutral. They should all be neutral. All be neutral or the first 2 rounds at home,
I mean,
right?
yeah, but so if you make them all neutral, is that where you get the bowl game type of thing, where sugar or
Yeah, I mean that's
peach?
what they did this past year.
Yeah,
So here's the deal: if you don't make them all neutral, then you need to do home field advantage all throughout. Like make it like just like NFL,
yeah, and then have
right?
that big site for the college football championship, for the championship
Yeah.
game.
Like
That's
what
not a
you
bad
get what I'm
decision.
saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first 4 teams, right? They got to play, and then so last year because Boise State hopped in there was a conference champion, right? That
Yep.
never got a home game, correct?
hmm
You know what I mean? Like it just like
Boys are
I don't
getting the
know.
bye was
I
rough
just
too.
think
Right?
I think there's ways to make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Give me real quick. We're kind of middle of the season. Who is real? We found out Texas isn't real. We found out Penn State wasn't real. Who's real? Like I don't know who's real right now. Ole Miss real?
I guess
I think Bama
I don't
might
know. I
be
got
real.
I think Texas Tech is getting a lot of people to really look at them, man. Like they kind of flying over people that are coming out of the SEC that are doing what they're doing. Like
Yeah.
to me, I feel like people are taking notice to them. And watching them against Houston, I felt like, dang, that was a dominant performance defensively for sure.
Yeah. Does Texas
I
go ahead, J Mac?
I'm gonna say I think there's a bunch of teams that are real. I think right now I think there's 2 teams that stand out to me because I think they can win any type of ball game. And right now I believe it's Ohio State and Miami.
Yeah,
I
Miami's
think Miami can win any type of ball game. I think Ohio State can win any type of ball game right now. Miami's
What
proven
about?
that they can put the ball in the air. They prove they can put it on the ground. I know you're not a big fan of Miami, Rut, and I don't know why.
I
But I'm
am
telling you right now,
after watching.
like Miami, right now, like they're playing solid defense. They can pass the ball. They can run. They beat Notre Dame, right? They beat Florida,
Even if
right?
they lost to Notre Dame, Mac, they still be top 7, top 8.
Yeah, like I I'm a big fan of what they're doing down in Miami right now. I am. I think they're doing a really, really good job.
Why are we
And that
giving
true freshman.
Miami credit for beating Notre Dame?
Rut,
Be-
that's a really good win.
And
That
then
Hey,
beat
like
them
Russ.
too.
But look,
yes,
and
but
look where A&M is ranked.
no, you do know Notre Dame is going to be in the playoffs, right? There's nobody else that's going to beat Notre Dame for the rest of the year. You know that, right?
Oh no. Let's look at that schedule.
No, he's right. I'm looking at it right now, and that's unfair. You lost to two teams, one in the SEC, one in the ACC. You don't deserve a spot in the playoffs. You basically gonna ride it out when you got 1, 2, 3,
SC, you
4,
got to go
5.
to Is SC at home? Yeah, SC at home.
My
Ooh.
I but like to me, right?
Come
Both of
on,
those
man.
games were very winnable, right? I don't know, man. I think of all of our 2-loss teams, I think
They lost
that we're
about
talking
4
about,
points.
right?
4
That's the
points
best
combined.
2-loss team in America right now, right?
Notre Dame should be like any Group 5 team. If you can't lose your regular season games.
It's just who
But you
they
can't
picked, though,
say that
Kevin.
when you
Look who
only
they
play
played.
Power 5 opponents. Now they have this year. It just so like normally we'll be sitting up here like, okay, Miami, Texas A&M, USC is normally really good, Pitt's normally really good, Syracuse is a good decent like Stanford historically over the year. That's a rival game. They've been way down, but like they're playing Group 5 teams. I mean Power 5 teams. I'm sorry, Power 4
Power
teams.
4, yeah. But the
Hey,
team, yes.
Kevin. Last year they were 7-0 versus top 25 teams, so they kind of had that Florida schedule. And since he's been there over the 4 seasons, 14-5 over top 25 teams. So I mean, they get their fair share of them too now.
Okay. Just
I'm letting you know that it's gonna be close because of how bad the rest of the teams are. USC, if they win this weekend, probably have a chance to be ranked by the time they get to Notre
yeah.
Dame. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be close. But if they do not lose, they'll be right around that 9 to 12 spot, 10 to
So
12
let me
spot.
all right, let me one question for you. Notre Dame has 2 losses. One to Miami, one to A&M. 2 top 5 teams or whatever they are right now.
Top 10
What
for
if
sure.
Mizzou loses 2 games? Let's say we lose to
I
Bama, and let's say we lose to Oklahoma. Who gets to go
no,
ahead?
the issue is this, right? It's sometimes how early you lose in your schedule benefits you. And I know
Exactly.
you hate that. I know you hate that. But like it's real. Because here's the deal. Like, is
They'll
it
be
fair?
fine. I'm gonna cut you off. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Who, Spoon?
They play in the SEC.
Mizzou.
Yeah,
Two
they
lost
still
Mizzou.
got
You should be
A&M. They
fine.
still got Vandy. They still got Mississippi State.
Still got
They still
Oklahoma.
got to go to Auburn. Bro, they'll be fine, bro.
My thing is this. If Mizzou loses,
Mm-hmm.
right? If Mizzou loses 2 games, right? It also like if we lose 2 games, that means that we either let's say we lose to Bama and A&M. Let's say we do that. Let's say we lose to Bama and A&M.
Okay.
That means we beat Auburn, we beat Vandy, right?
You beat
We beat
Oklahoma.
At both
Oklahoma,
of their places.
you beat
At both of their
Mississippi
places.
State. You see what I'm saying? So like I'm with Spoon. We're fine. With 2 losses, we're fine.
Because we'll be able to sort it out
We're not
with those
fine.
other good teams.
We're fine.
We're
We
not
should
fine.
be. I think we will because that'll mean that there's a little more parity, I believe, in college football. If you got Notre Dame with 2, you got us with 2. What if Penn State don't lose again? What they got 2?
I
But
don't
but if Penn State don't lose again, that means they beat Michigan, they beat Ohio State.
That's what they'll be fine too. Just like bro.
but
Your wins will be. They'll sort it out.
I
I
really
think so.
I look, my brothers, I
But they
really hope
always
y'all are
poop on
right.
us.
I hope you're right, but I'm looking at the schedule. I'm like, all right, Notre Dame, right as it currently stands, you don't have another ranked team on your schedule as it presently stands. You went out. You're supposed to get credit for that. When we didn't get
Oh,
credit for our non-ranked teams on the first 5 games.
check this out. No. Here's the deal. If Penn State wins out, that means they beat number 1 Ohio State and number 7 Indiana. They're in.
Bro,
Hands
I'm
down.
telling you, that
Hands down.
UCLA loss is good to have now, not later for them.
That's a good point. But they got dominated though by UCLA.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that
Like
quarterback.
that, and UCLA hadn't won a game. Are you kidding me?
Hey, but they just fired the coach. They called up a new interim coach, new Heisel son calling the plays. The quarterback had the best game in that Josh Rosen would have been the first pick with. You know what I'm saying? Like
Josh Rosen,
he done ran for 128 yards, 3 tutties, and threw for 2 of them. I mean, it just wasn't no beating him that day.
He went crazy. I'm afraid looking at schedules and how things may play out because the SEC is so strong. I think there are going to be a couple of SEC teams who have a loss to a good team. I'm not saying the SEC teams that lose to Kentucky or that lose to Mississippi State. I think they're a good team. I'm talking about the SEC teams that lose to Bama, that lose to an Oklahoma. It's like, it's going to hurt you when you have these teams with a free ride.
It's tough. It's tough in that old SEC now.
Look,
I mean,
if Clemson ends up in somebody in their conference championship game, I'm telling you, and they go to the playoff, dog.
Bro,
I might quit watching. I might quit watching the league.
You know,
I'm not watching.
Dabo got a nice Rolodex. Dabo got a nice Rolodex.
Like,
He's Buffalo Wild Wings referees or something.
Hey, that commercial's hilarious. I need more time. Play on. But so I'm with you. I just it upsets me as a person who went to Mizzou and had to see Mizzou get the short of that stick countless times. So now I'm a little on edge about the Notre Dames of the world, the Penn States of the world, the Texases of the world. I'm on edge about them.
We've been
talking about them losing 2 games and still have a shot. When you lose 2 games and you ranked 1 and 2 in the country at the beginning, your shot is over. You don't get a shot.
But that's why this was implemented, right? Because this is the old school BCS stuff. Don't like
that.
Now we good, man. I mean, we had 1 loss and missed out on the BCS. Come on now. You mean to tell me in 07
we had 2 losses?
No, we had 1 loss.
To the same
we
team.
Lost in the Big 12 championship.
We lost in the championship.
Oh, you saying regular?
Then they bring the rankings.
You mean to tell me if the playoffs wasn't implemented at that time, that we wouldn't have had a shot to win a national championship? Absolutely.
We would have.
We would.
Now here's the deal. Still got to go through Oklahoma, who beat us twice. But you know what's hard to do? Beating the team twice. Beating the team 3 times, baby. Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm.
Hey, man, I used to hate that about high school sports, bro. High school basketball was the worst. Now you'd be at a tournament. You be at a tournament with them fools all year long.
I know,
man.
Man.
You done played 6, 7 times.
Y'all. They go through the whole losers bracket. We got to see you again. Like, get out of here,
bro.
Man.
I used to hate that.
Well, first off, Jamal, you're right. But the BCS ranking was a little bit different. Now you have people choosing. So if we lose Oklahoma and then you lose Oklahoma again, maybe we don't get a shot.
No, we're 10 and we're 11-2. We're 11-2 at the time. We're in there.
Oklahoma was Oklahoma though.
We in there.
Like, Oklahoma.
We only dropped to 6.
We only dropped
to we're in there, top 12, easy.
But that's with the BCS. I think these days they would have put you somewhere real deep.
Nah.
They would have been mad at us.
They'd have been upset. 2 losses to the same team. They'd have been upset. They would have said these guys don't deserve to be on the main stage because the team that is on the main stage is handling them twice.
They would have put Illinois and they would have put Illinois. No, who was it? Kansas. It was Kansas and Illinois Kansas and Illinois went to bowl game, been to the BCS bowls that year, bro.
Illinois might have had 3-4 losses.
And we beat both of them. So I think they got to look at your whole body of work, man. And I thought that's what really that computer wasn't doing that back then.
No, it wasn't. All right, look, that's me venting because, like I said, I'm Mizzou through. Look, before we
go, it's that time of the year, man.
It's that time of the year. Before we go, give me your score predictions for Mizzou Bama.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, you gonna make me do this?
I don't even want to do it.
Well, see, we've scored 61, 42, 52, 29, and 42, right?
Like this.
Bama's given up. Let's see, Bama. Where they scores at? I got to just look at what they've given up with that defense. They've given up 31. They've given up 31 in the loss.
Florida State.
14 to Wisconsin in a win. 21 to Georgia at home. That's tough. And then Vandy had 14. Man, if we really the number 1 defense, right?
Yes.
The way we're going to have to beat them, it's going to have to be one of them SEC games, one of them 13, 13 to 16.
I think you're right.
I'm going to go 13-16 Mizzou, man.
I think Spoon, I think you are exactly right.
It ain't going to be no, it's going to be one of them. We're going to be like this, watching the game.
I'm going to tell you right now, J-Man, I don't know what you're about to say, but if you about to give one of these crazy scores, you're wrong.
Not. But okay. I think it's a race to 31, and I'm going to tell you why. Listen, it's the most we've given up all year, okay? And it's the most that they've given up all year and they lost. I think
Ooh,
it's a
okay.
race to 31.
I like
So
that.
I'm going to go 31-27 Mizzou.
Let's go, Matt. Let's go.
21-14 Mizzou. 21-14.
Ooh, let's
Yo,
go.
yo, you
I
Let's
kind of
gotta
go.
want to say
stop
14.
predicting scores with no field goals. Like I don't understand. Yo, you do it all the time. Like
Matt, we ain't
stop.
kicked none last game.
But they did. The other team did. No, they missed the PAT, didn't they?
All
Yep.
right,
You
20,
guys missed the PAT.
24 Mizzou. The
I like
same
that.
way, the
I
same
like
way
that.
Bama beat Georgia.
I like
4-21
that.
Hey,
Mizzou.
it's gonna be tight.
31-27.
We're gonna get that game winning field goal, Roger, bro. In the South. Let's see. We like to kick from the clock, right? Which you want to kick from the clock? Never
Yeah,
mind. Let
it
me
don't matter.
take my coaching hat off.
I just needed a way to watch the game. I'm gonna be in Mexico, man. I need a way to watch the game. Hopefully, the Wi-Fi on my phone is immaculate, so I can catch this
Man,
game going through.
tell Matt call his NFL wide receiver friends, man. AB be streaming games, man. People be
Man.
watching AB. People be watching AB Twitters by the
Hey
millions, bro. He
man,
streamed like a fight,
is he back in the States? No, never mind. Let me stop talking about
Yeah,
that.
we're
bro. Oh
making
yeah,
on him.
bro.
Not him. Not right now. Not him. Not right
But
now.
hey, I'll help you stream the game somehow, man. Just hit me up, bro. We gonna get it right.
Thank you. Well, look, fellas, it's been another blast, man. Mizzou Nation, we looking forward to it.
Let's
This
go.
Saturday, we got Bama coming to town. Mizzou crowd, please show up and show out. It is imperative that the Tiger Nation shows up in an immaculate fashion. So once again, I am Kevin Rutland. I'm here with Jeremy Maclin, Sean Weatherspoon. This is Your True Sons, brought to you by the Players Lounge.